Hey, what's up? I'm Crimson Mockingbird, and we'll be continuing down the rabbit hole that is Trials in Tainted Space. As per usual, this is an 18 plus game, and if normally, but I will be censoring it. So if you don't appreciate the censoring, then go find it yourself. Also, if you're curious, just pretty much look up this name right here, and that'll lead you to the person who made it. All right, now let's move on. And straight off the bat, I have to do some censoring. Okay, let's hide. Yep. Oh. Let's fix the machine. Hang on, ma'am. Help's on the way. As you approach the gigantic milker. Okay. Oh God. Nope. So much censoring. Okay, so now introductions. You cock your head to the side. You haven't shit. I thought I was at least making the news, she says, stomping a padded foot in irritation. What's your name, Angel? Let's scroll down. Next. Okay, right, I'm on New Texas. A bright green world comes into view ahead, a planet of small scattered oceans, rolling plains, and clear weather. At first glance, New Texas looks like a male paradise world. Peaceful and idyllic. The space lanes around the planet are mostly clear, letting you punch in the auto lander and sit back as your ship's computer guides you down to the surface. The clouds roll past you as your ship cruises down towards the largest continent. Your auto nav guides you down towards the most popular tourist spot on the planet, a particularly large ranch owned by the planetary governor. You bring up a few articles on the place. The extranet is full of holopics of busty bovine-like human girls, as a review of an amazing barbecue joint and something simply called the treatment, which has all but made the planet what it is today. A whole planetary society based on gene models. Interesting. In fact, in my opinion, it'd be more interesting if this wasn't one that, like, if it was a whole society based on non-gene mods. That would be interesting, because it sounds like gene mods are pretty common, barring, the back alley stuff, especially considering the back alley stuff, hit or miss, it's your own fault, but it's cheaper than buying the full stuff, albeit this stuff might have some side effects. The computer alerts you to an imminent landing. You cast a glance out your view screen just in time to see a monolithic barn coming into view, easily the size of 2 city blocks back to back on each side. As you approach, the roof of the barn shuttles and begin to split, separated by 2 massive hydraulic arms that create an opening wide enough for a frigate to pass through. Your ship slows, guided in by the automatic docking protocols as it passes between the raised slates of the barn dock's roof. Inside, you can see a handful of smaller cargo haulers and a touristy passenger ship, and touristy passenger ships docked below, each pulled into an oversized self-contained stall. You feel a slight shudder in the deck of your ship as your ship lands on the hay-covered floor, quickly surrounded by several buff, burly dock workers, each with a pair of bullhorns growing from his head. A heavy loader latches onto your ship, dragging it into a stall as you gather your gear and prepare to head out. Your docking ramp touches down just as the exosuit releases your ship. Several of the buff bovine men working nearby give you hungry looks as you disembark. A sign nearby points you to customs and visitor check-in. Okay. Customs office. The customs and visitor check-in office dominates the only passage between the spaceport and the ranch proper, ensuring anybody coming or going gets a proper screen. Smart idea. 2 desks are set up facing each other across the thoroughfare. One is labeled customs and weapons check, the other visitor check-in. Very straightforward. A broad-chested, muscular bull man is sitting lazily behind the customs desk, leaning back in his chair and staring off into space. When he sees you, he sits up a little straighter, though in so doing, he gasps a bit. Something seems to be distracting him, though you can't see what. Oh, sorry, slow down. Come on over, let's get you checked out. Okay, customs. You approach the bull man behind the desk. He looks human enough at first glance, if abnormally tall, muscular, and broad-chested. Up close, though, you can get a good look at the massive pair of bull horns sticking up on either side of his blue cap. Okay, and the mat of thick, dark hair poking out from his long sleeves and over the hem of his undershirt. He's dressed in old-school corporate security getup. Blue pants and shirt and a ballistic vest strapped tight on his barrel chest. Barely hanging in there thanks to his size. Pinned to his vest is a tag reading, "Hello, my name is Ogram. Just check, blah, blah, blah. Basic stuff here, just check. You apologize as he picks up a stack of forms, sticks to them on a clipboard and hands them to you. Basic stuff here, just check to say that you don't have any contagious diseases, you're not bringing foreign foodstuffs in, and that you're generally not going to be a dick on my planet. Oh, and there's a weapons check. No firearms, bladed weapons, or other means of murder and mayhem beyond this point. Don't worry, we'll tag them and hand them back to you as soon as you're ready to leave. No weapons, you say. Caught a bit off guard after your time on the frontier. You can't get by for having no weapons while actually carrying weapons. It just doesn't work. Come on, man. Disarm. Alright, you say warily, handing over your armaments. True to his word, Organ hooks a paper tag over your gear and stows it in a small container behind his desk. Thank you kindly. Now just finish off that paperwork and you're all good. Blah blah blah. Alright, just step on over to the visitor check-in desk. Somebody'll be with you. He shudders a little bit, barely muting a curse. Real soon. There's still nobody sitting here. You shrug and take a seat in front of the desk waiting. Behind you, a silence descends over the office. You begin to hear Ogram grunting. Okay. Blah blah blah. Okay. For the sake of me not having to worry about that later, we're gonna censor that. Got a minute to chat? Sure thing, Sugar. The cow beams. Anything I can help you with, let me know. Okay, what's the treatment? Could you tell me a little about this treatment? Emma grins and nods, a little too eagerly. I'd be happy to. The treatment's what makes New Texas such a great fun place. It's a special gene therapy developed right here on NT. Everyone gets it when they reach maturity and have for the last couple hundred years. The treatment makes fun super fun. That's the really important part. But also gives us girls these. And just plain makes us sexier. Boys like Ogie over there get all muscly and big, plus some other awesome benefits. Without the treatment, New Texas would just be any other rural colony. With it, we've got ourselves a pleasure paradise. Even better, the treatment's free in the gift shop. You should try it, you'll never regret it. Is it reversible? Completely taken by surprise. Why would you want to stop being treated? It's the best. That's not an answer, you say. She fitted. Well, I don't think it is. Probably not, I don't know. Nobody's ever really wanted to. It's so nice. Let's see who's in charge. Blah blah blah. That'd be Big T. He's the planetary governor. His ranch house is the big one up the road a little way. You can't miss it. He loves meeting visitors, so you should totally go say hi. Tell me about him. Her big lips person thought. Well, he's a big stud, even bigger than Ogie here. Hey, Ogram barks. Height. I meant height. Sure you did. Sure she meant height. Anyway, Big T's in charge of the planet's treatment production and, helps us cows ship our milk all over the galaxy. He's been governor for as long as I've been alive. It's a hereditary position, so his family's been running New Texas since it was first colonized. They've been good to us. Gave us the treatment piece, lives full of fun and milk. Before she can get much further, Emma's hands clasped around the edge of her desk. Alright. Program, blah blah blah. God, that's too much. Leave. Let's head out here. They said that the cowgirl. So you can't talk at all, you ask. Great, gaze at you, an uncomfortable look on her face. She scans the area around her back and forth to make sure no one's watching, then turns back to you when she's made sure the coast is clear. Brandy licks her... Why? Why would you name her after a type of alcohol? Licks her lips, purses them, and out comes a soft, shy voice fit for a girl like her. Moo. Well, that's just adorable. So how did you end up not being able to talk? Her arm, then taking her other arm, she brings it just above the inside of her elbow. The quiet Queenie mimics the action, pressing down the plunger of a syringe into her arm. The treatment, Brandy nods, but before you can draw any conclusion, she holds out her other arm and made the same gesture. The treatment is something else. She nods again, looking a bit sad at the fact. You follow up, so something else like another mod. Brandy nods. Belle jingles away somberly as she looks down at her feet. To dig a bit deeper, but it looks like this choice of topic is making your bovine friend fairly uncomfortable, making you reconsider. Instead, you place a comfortable hand on her shoulder, causing her to jump with surprise and look at you before thanking her for being open with you. Herself. Let's hug her. Oh my god. Ask about New Texas, I guess? Okay. I think that's good enough for now. I can go and explore some of the other stuff later. The fun stuff. Despite the rumbling occasional passing hover truck, this straight and narrow thoroughfare is quite peaceful. The pitted, unkept earth of the roadway has just enough gift beneath your feet to make your passage one of relative peace, so long as you keep from tripping in the rare deep divot. A giant barbell on the sign changes to an actual cow, its eyes wide in surprise, then to a fit. Cowgirl, raising two weights with her toned arms. The hard-bodied bull winks at you between the changes. To the south, okay, so there's a gym. Albeit, I don't think the gym is as useful in this one, in my opinion, as it was in Corruption of Champions. I don't know. That's just me personally. Barn entrance. No, I don't want to go here. Because if I'm correct, this is, 10-ton gym. I don't want to go there. Okay, so it's this one, I think. Secretary's office. Okay. See, at the imposing desk is, okay. To the top of the stairs is a cozy room decorated with several hunting trophies. Swords, old earth guns, and a large wooden desk with a stubbly built-in hollow terminal. A taxidermal bear is tucked into the corner, menacing over everything. Its mouth locked in a menacing, rigid, rictus grin. There's even a furry rug made from the hide of some local beast or varmint. The rustic atmosphere is as inescapable as a prison world. Seated at the imposing desk is an equally imposing woman. Even seated, she fills the room, looming above and beyond the average cowgirl. She looks your way with a firm, unwavering gaze, waiting for you to step forward and explain why you're barging into her office. You step on up to the desk wearing a friendly smile. Hey, the buxom redhead behind the desk scowls back at you. Big T isn't in right now. Laughter booms from an adjoining room. The one whose door is marked Benjamin Tybers T. She rolls her eyes and explains in a sarcastic, deadpan tone, "He must have snuck back in when I wasn't looking. But he's busy now. Besides, he doesn't want to meet just anyone." That forceful, masculine voice bellows out again. This time not in laughter, but in a friendly-sounding speech. "Zephyr, do we have visitors? I want to meet them." Snarling under her breath, the cowgirl, Zephyr. There we go, Zephyr. It's like that new game that's coming out, Vampire. I'm under the assumption that's how you should pronounce it. Pushes back her chair and rises to her full 9-foot height before shouting, "Fine, but they don't want to see you." She turns to you as you start to reply, "Shut it." The governor doesn't have time to chat with every Tom, Dick, and Harry that manages to stumble through customs. Don't even get me started on his choice to plant his base of operations at a high-class tourist destination. I'm not buying it, Zeph. You send them back if they want to say hi. Don't be welshing out on our bet now. There's a touch of irritation in the governor's voice. Zephyr grits her teeth, glaring at the door behind her so intently that you fear it might burst into flames. Fine, she turns back to you, hands tucked under a bosom as oversized as the cowgirl's it's attached to. You want to meet Big T? Fine. Exasperation is plain in her voice. Just don't waste too much of his time. There's a half-dozen proposals he needs to review before the day is out. The door to the north clicks. Zephyr has deactivated the lock. Well, that was something. Zephyr seats herself and sighs. No longer paying attention to you. You could probably chat her if you wanted. No, let's go meet the big boss. He is so unimposing. You step through the door into Governor T's office. The inside is nothing like any government office you've seen before. Looking more like a hunting lodge's lobby than a soulless, bleak affairs you're familiar with from the core world. The room's dominated by a huge oaken desk facing the door. A semicircle of solid hardwood inlaid with enough hollow displays to light up the room. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. He doesn't look like it, albeit it could just be the business casual wear. I was reading the next part, a couple down. Other way. Seeing you walk in, the governor points to a headset buried in one of his bovine ears and says, "Sorry, Hoss. Visitors a coming." We'll settle up later. Yeah, you'll take care now. Over your shoulder and through the door, the governor shouts, Zephyr, you didn't say our guest was a beautiful woman. You say that like anything else walks through your damn door, comes the answer from the lobby. T goffs, waving her off and extends a hand to you. You shake Big T's hand and introduce yourself. His grip's vice-like, crushing down on you as he pumps your arm eagerly. Outstanding. Welcome to New Texas, Miss Steele. I'm Governor Benjamin Tybers T, though most folks around here just call me Big T. He ushers you into a big plush seat and plops down behind his desk, kicks his feet up, and pulls a huge blue cigar from a drawer. Enjoying your stay on New Texas so far, Miss Steele? Let me know if there's anything you need, or if you've got questions. Most governors have secretaries for that sort of thing, but mine's a little ornery for it, don't you think? I can hear you. Let's talk. Blah blah blah, you guys can read that stuff. Just gonna scroll through here so that way you can read it, and also hopefully I don't have to edit too much. There we go. More scrolling. T family. And a slow scrolling and a moving and a moving. And a back. And we leave. And we're gonna head out. Ogren, rearm. So the reason why I just sort of went through here kind of quickly is because, in all honesty, the place really is all right. I mean, it's, you know, it has a lot of interactive, you know, people to interact with, but the issue is that for what I'm doing, you know, because it's all censored, the place really isn't fit for censorship. It really isn't. And now we're in a new place, and apparently we went through customs quite easily because we didn't have to talk to a hot secretary or anything. Interesting. But beyond the fun stuff, the smecks, I guess you could say, besides some sexy scenes, there really isn't that much to do there. So that's why I'm kind of avoiding it too much. Also, I should have gone to the main planet because there's not... Normally I would read through most of this stuff, but I'm trying to not bore you guys, I guess I could say, too much. Oh, look. So on my normal one I'm playing through, you know, being a bit more risque, I came across this. He just put this up, I'm guessing today or yesterday or so. I don't know. I imagine it wasn't too long ago. But he put this up. And it's for the July or Independence Day. If you're living here in the States, you know what this is. If you're not, pretty much Independence Day is the day that America won its independence from Europe's control. That's the best way to say it. And that's really the only way you could actually say it without getting into too much history. But there's a buffalo woman. So there's a buffalo tar with a woman as the upper half. And so we get to decide what she looks like. So she can look statuesque. The woman's well built but smooth and feminine, with just a hint of musculature beneath supple curves and a soft flesh tone. This chick's clearly spent some time at the gym or doing hard labor with that oversized body of hers. She's athletically built, strong enough to give a Throgan Blade Lord a run for her money. Amazonian. The woman's built like a bodybuilder, with sculpted muscles rippling beneath well-toned, hardened flesh. You can't tell if she's spent a lifetime of hard labor or if she's been swinging a grav hammer on some distant battlefield. Ripped. She's ripped as shit. The bison babes sculpted like this galaxy on contest day and then some, with rippling muscles barely contained beneath tree trunk limbs and a sculpted chest and six-pack. She looks like she could rip you in half barehanded. I'm gonna go statuesque. There's too much cleavage. There's too much cleavage. I wish I could keep this in. I'm afraid there's too much cleavage. Whatever. Pretty much she invites us to come join her. We do that. We enjoy some beer. We enjoy some festivities. We enjoy the fireworks. And then she asks us for some help. Yep. Oh, also she explains what what Independence Day is. And no, it's not about the movie. Okay? And no, I haven't seen Independence Day. I want to. But pretty much also in that first part, she explained what Independence Day in the universe of Trials and Tainted Space was. Okay? Which is very different than the Independence Day that we celebrate now. Scrolling. Probably have to do a lot of censoring. Yep. We're gonna help her. Too much censoring. Yeah, you're starting to think you missed your chance. Sure. And a lot of censoring. A lot of censoring. Why is this here? There we go. I'm gonna do this fight and then I'm gonna call it. Your thoughts are interrupted as you hear the rumble of a conflict erupting in front of you. A massive creature covered in chitin rolls into view, holding its jaw like what looks like a grimace of pain, as if it had just taken a hit but shakes it off with an irritated growl. Holding fast, the chitinous warrior smacks away a thrown chunk of dusty debris that bursts into a dusty veil, then grunts in surprise and pain as something rams it hard right when the grimy cloud hides the clash. As you wait for the dust to settle, you catch hints of metal on a massive frame that is heavily panting. With its opponent seemingly driven off, it starts to relax and weakly fan away at the dirty air while you cross your arms across your and shift your weight, impatiently waiting to see what it is. When the air clears enough, you are surprised to see the bestial visage of a massive, heavily armored being staring right at you. Whatever this thing is, it's notably bigger than its previous opponent, covering almost entirely in metallic silver scales on its powerful, hefty frame. It's a wonder how the creature has managed to survive in this wasteland of rust, but there it sits, breathing and moving as it stares at you with piercing azure eyes, each with a slitted pupil. Above its armored brow and snout sits a trio of hefty metal horns, curved up and forward, much like that of some prehistoric creature. As it stands idle and lets you stare along its broad shoulder, bulging arms, and up its thick legs and hefty tail, it clearly isn't aggressive. No, you correct yourself. The thick, blah blah blah. Once more, and only now do you see his scales splattered in pink goo. What are you gonna try and eat me too? He growls in a deep, guttural voice, startling you out of your daze, though you don't think he meant any amenity. There is a hint of apprehension in his tone, while it practically drips exhaustion. Shaking your head, you assure him that you're not here to eat him, you just happen to chance upon the end of his fight. Then, he coughs out a laugh as his panting turns to more stable breathing. Looking at the metal behemoth situation with more than a little sympathy, you take a cautious step towards the beast. Look, this might be a little but I think for your safety. No, get out of here, he blurts, his lips curling back in a snarl of disapproval. It would be best if I stayed. You continue following by a derisive snort by the brute. I'm not your free show, so fuck off. You shake your head at his bull. You shake your head at his bullheadedness. Well, it's up to you if you want one person or a dozen at once after I leave. You comment with a shrug. He spends a moment contemplating, and just as you're thinking to leave, he answers, rumbling, Even though it looks like standing there and gaping like some useless piece of trash is what you do best, if you stay, you help. Otherwise, leave. He counters before you can respond. I'm not waiting to go soft just so you can have a chat. Helping would more than likely involve getting your hands dirty. Guard him? Blah blah blah. Seems like we're getting attacked. Okay. So it looks like we help him. I'm gonna have to do a lot of censoring. So sorry about that. So I guess we helped him. I guess we didn't even have to fight. Okay, well, we're back in safety. I'm gonna go and explore a little bit on my own, probably. I don't know. I won't go into this planet. I'll pretty much go back to the first planet and to New Texas and do some stuff there. Pretty much because I need to level up this character. I would have not left the first planet if I was not at least level 5, honestly. I would have explored that place fully and would have been level 5 before I would have remotely thought of leaving the planet. So beyond that, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. And if you did, please hit that like button and please leave a comment down below. I would very much appreciate it. Also, if you wouldn't mind checking my channel in case you didn't like something I did, in case you don't like this video or in case you did like this video, please check out my channel. I'm sure you can find something else that you will enjoy. And if you do, please hit that subscribe button to stay up to date on all my current and future videos. Either way though, I hope to see you further down the rabbit hole next time. See ya!